Okay. This is Animal Paradise Farm. Um, this is January 1st, 2024. The success of your goat farm this year will be determined by what you're able to do or what you're able to plan between now and on the 10th of January. If you're able to strategize well, your goats, even though they are 10 and 1 year old today, if you strategize well, they will give birth 2 times this year, starting from this January. I seen it. So that's why um, there is a need for this call that goat farmers should tighten their belts and strategize to ensure that by this time next year we will really say happy new year. Because you will have so many things to be happy about. Now let me tell you, if you have 50 goats as at today, there are possibilities by December 31st you may have 150. It's possible, even though you don't buy to add. Are you seeing it? Even though you don't buy to add, it's possible. There are possibilities that you may even buy to add. So if you set proper targets right, by December this year, you may be having 200 goats. As they are giving birth, you are buying to add. As they are giving birth, you are buying to add. I said it is possible. So one of the points I want to share is from today, take record of your animals. If you oversee, send somebody, a family member, to go and join your workers and count the number of animals you are having right now. And don't follow that one of, don't allow your workers to tell you they complete. Please send a family member, send a relative, go to your farm, go and count them. Even some farmers here in Nigeria don't know how many goats they are having. They don't know. Are you seeing it? So that's why you must have a record of your animals from today, so that you can work with that record to see how you can improve or make progress in your farm this year. Take for instance, some persons will say they are looking for experienced farm workers. Some of those experienced farm workers, they actually have um, sense on how to dupe the boss. They have sense on how to dupe the boss. So, the other man had goats in his farm. There were like 50 male goats, 50 female goats, sorry. As they give birth, the worker will not tell the boss they have given birth because the boss was oversee. The worker, maybe like 5 goats give birth, so they are now 55. What the worker will do is to sell 5 BB goats, they remain 50. Another 7 give birth again. He will sell the big ones, the small ones will replace the number. So the number is complete in the boss's record. But the worker is still cashing out. He's still stealing, and the boss is not aware. So every time the boss sends somebody to go and count, how many goats will count? They count 50. Meanwhile, 50 have sizes. They are not big sizes, they are small sizes. That is a big reason why, one of the reasons why we called again for CCTV camera. Put cameras in your farm. At the exit gate, let there be camera, let there be memory card. Inside the pen, let there be camera, let there be memory card. Inside the compound, cover it with camera. If those guys know you're watching, many times, some of the things they do in secret, they will not do. Are you seeing it? But meanwhile, you have to have record by putting ear tags and tag numbers. If you don't have ear tags, there is a way they use paint to write numbers. Before ear tags came, people were using pens to write number on the body of the animals. Are you seeing it? And then another part of record is that anytime your animal dies or your worker says your animal dies, they must show you. It's part of record. They must show you. Tell them. So always tell them to show you the dead ones. And if it is possible, carry that dead animal away from the farm and go and throw it away by yourself or bury it by yourself. Don't let them eat it. Don't let them eat it. Don't let them eat it. Don't let them even sell it. To say they should go and sell it and bring the money to you. The Nigerian people will do Nigeria. And if they sell it for 100,000, they'll tell you it's 5,000. So don't let them sell it. Don't let them find an external person to be supervising your manager. And some other person, if you are not around, some other person that you can always send quickly. It may be you're living far away from the community where your farm is. There should be somebody who can emergency quickly. You buy 1,000 naira for in his bike, he will drive to your farm quickly to go and help you check things. Are you seeing it? And let there be somebody like that, and so that your farm will be balanced. So always know the number of animals you're having in your farm, how many matured females you're having, how many pregnant females you're having, how many smaller females you're having, and how many male you're having, smaller males you're having. And then the particular ones that used to breed them will be there. Those ones are different from the normal males that were produced. Those ones are just, you count them separately. I see it. So you have a record. At least whether you close your eyes or open your eyes, you should be able to give a record of what is going on in your farm. How many animals are there? How many pregnant ones are there? You should know that, you as the owner. Don't tell me to call the manager. Those are the things the manager is supposed to feed you with every day. Every day. Supposed to be telling you, this is what is there, this is what is there, this is what is there in the farm. I seen it. So know what is going on in your farm. How many bags of feed you're having, how many bales you're having, the silage that is made, how many tons is there, how many tons are they feeding a day. All this will help you to check and balance the farm so that something will not go wrong. Workers used to sell concentrate feed of ruminants. There are people that will buy it. Those days it was fish farmers that their workers will sell their feed. And even poultry farmers, they were selling their feed. Now the goat farming now, they are selling. Especially these desperate times now, when people are looking for feed to feed goats. Are you seeing it? They sell. Those are boki that train cows. They comes to buy ruminant feed from those workers, because once everywhere is dry, they don't have any feed to feed their cows. They will come and buy. These guys will sell at a cheaper price. They can sell as low as 1,000 naira. They will just sell so that they can get that money to smoke. I see it. So the farm owner should have proper, that is what, record or inventory. You should know everything that is in your farm. And then when one worker is leaving, he should hand over to somebody. Take for instance, how many cutlasses are you having in your farm? How many files are you having? How many shovel? How many rake? These things are very, very important. How many rain boots are you having? These farm boots, the farm boots. How many are you having in your farm? How many is still good? How many is still bad? All these are record the workers should be giving you every weekend. Every Saturday, they should be telling you what is going on in the farm, the condition that the farm is. And you, if you are a visiting owner, you come once in a week to visit them. These things I'm talking about is one of the reasons why you're going there. Is one of the reasons why you're going to your farm. You're going to your farm to go and count how many cutlass is there, to go and count how many rake is there. You go to your farm to go and check how many bags of feed is remaining, how many male goats, how many male baby goats was born, how many females were there, many things. How many, you should know them in your farm. Let them know you are interested in knowing these things, and let them know you keep the record so that nothing will be missing. I used zinc to cover some parts in my farm last time. 21 pieces of zinc was remaining. The carpenter, when he finished working, I told him, count the zinc. He counted 21 was remaining. I told one of the boys, count the zinc. He went to count it. How many did you see? He said 21. I told the other boy who was in the village when these other people were counting at different times, go and count the zinc. He counted it. He said it's 19. I said, no, go back there and count it again. He said, okay, I don't count. I said, you know count and wait. He said, I don't count. I said, you know count and wait. Go there, go and count it. He went back there and count and came back and told me now 21. I said, what's it happened? He said the zinc one, some were coming together, so you were counting in a rush. I have to know how many zinc may remain. Accountability is not suspicion. If I give you 5,000, I give you 50,000 naira to say go and buy things for me. Once you come back, you should tell me that Oga, I bought this 500, I bought this 200, I bought this 50 naira, I bought this 70 naira, I bought this 100 naira, I bought this 300 naira, I bought this 500 naira. We will calculate everything and see how much you spent, how much is remaining. It's accountability. It doesn't mean I'm suspecting you. Even though I'm suspecting you, I have right to my own opinion. I can suspect you. I can't. It's my mind. If you don't like it, don't suspect me. Me, I have right to do what I like with my mind. Are you seeing it? So trusting is built on trustworthiness. You have to be trustworthy for me to trust you. And being trustworthy is when I investigate the things you're doing over time, I begin to see that you're straightforward. That's when trustworthiness comes in. I say I trust you. So if I don't know you, don't expect me to trust you. We've seen many things. If a stranger betrays you, you will not feel bad. It's when people you trust and rely on, people who seems to know what they are doing and they seems to be very good, when they chook hand for your eye, my brother, sometimes you will suspect your shadow. You will suspect your shadow. When all these farm workers, especially those ones that have answers to all questions, they have answers to all questions. When they finish dealing with you, you will know that you have to literally put your eye on the ground. When they say put your eye on the ground, you have to literally put your eye on the ground to ensure you see everything going on. You will be too surprised that your workers will be selling your borehole water to farmers who are spraying their crops. They will be coming to your farm to buy and pay for water. While you are busy using generator and fuel to pump the same water, those guys will be selling it. You will be disappointed as what they can do. So don't just sit down off and say, like I said before in one of those speech I was giving, don't teach your workers to steal. And don't teach them to steal. If you give somebody something, maybe you just give them maybe like 300 goats, and you are not counting. They know you are not counting. 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, 5 months. Many will give birth, many will give birth, some will die. They know you don't know the record. You're teaching them to steal. They know if they steal, you will not know. They may not be a thief, but because of that lack of accountability that you have established, they feel that if they do it, this man not going to know. You are now encouraged. You're not teaching them to steal because of your own principle. Are you seeing it? But even though they are thieves and you put accountability and record keeping in place, they know if they do, you will know. They will not do. Okay, I don't know what's wrong with my phone, but anyhow. So they know if they do anything, you will not know. So you are teaching them to steal. So that's point number one. Let me not dwell too long on that. Now, at every point in time, you have a question concerning any of my points in my videos. My numbers are always there. You can call and ask your questions. If you ask a question on YouTube, I don't answer it, please go to the YouTube WhatsApp channel, ask your questions on the WhatsApp, or send me your questions on the WhatsApp. We'll attend to it. This is a new year. Take your farming business serious. Be serious about it. Number two, if you have not vaccinated your animals, please vaccinate them. If you have vaccinated them, please Renew the vaccination when it is due. Vaccination of PPR is 6 months. Vaccination of pox is 6 months. If you know it's due, this is the beginning of the year. If you know you vaccinated sometimes last year, this is the time to do it. Between now and on the 1st, do it so that vaccinate them this between now and the 10th, so that you'll be able to follow a kind of a 6 months program, and it will fall in place. January, July, December. Are you seeing it? To fall in place rather than you vaccinating April, August, July, September. It's like a scattered program. Are you seeing it? So if you've not vaccinated them, please don't say that they are doing well. No. You are endangering your investment. When a disease will strike, you will not only be buying antibiotics, you will be losing animals. Most of those antibiotics now, they don't work. They don't work. All those antibiotics, if PPRO strike, the antibiotics don't work. Maybe because of the economy, the the producers are now reducing all those stuff, and we have to pass through a rigorous process to get the ones that are working, the ones that we've tested over time to see that they are working, and they are very expensive, very, very expensive. The case is so worse that you can see two bottles made with this, two bottles of the same name, but they are from different companies. One is from the company, one is from the fake producer. The fake producer just produce their own from their own factory that have no address. They will design it like the one of the original, like the original one. You would think they are the same. They are not. It's only when you know how to test them that you now know they are not the same. There are some of those antibiotics you will take and put in the back of your hand to test it. There are some you put in the front of your hand, you rub it, you rub your hand like this, you rub your hand to determine the originality. There are different test processes you take them through to know whether they are working. There are some that will even know whether it's working by inserting it into the animal and giving it. You watch the reaction. If you see the way they are reacting, you give one, give two, give three, they are not reacting the normal way, you know, so you don't fall for all those people hand. You don't buy the fake one. Are you seeing it? So there are so many fake ones in the markets. So don't wait till a situation where you will be needing those antibiotics desperately. Don't wait. Get animals, get vaccine, vaccinate them. Renew the vaccine in 6 months, because the vaccine will expire before 1 year. Don't allow the symptoms to show you that the vaccine has expired. That's why we do 6 months. Are you seeing it? We do 6 months to renew the vaccine. So please, this is a brand new year. Last year, a lot of people lose animals to PPRO, to disease outbreak and all those stuff. They lost a lot of animals. This year, let us not do that. Let us do what I used to call dotting the I's and crossing the T's. Do the necessary thing you need to do so that your animals will be okay. Are you seeing it? So, number one, keep record of all the things you have in your farm. If your things are not getting missed, they are not stolen, you will not be spending money doing one thing 2 times. Keep record of your animals and everything in the farm. Number two, vaccinate the animals. If you have not done that, vaccinated them, vaccinate them. If you have vaccinated them, renew the vaccination when it is due. And let me say this, you may vaccinate and maybe your vaccination is getting due before 6 months. You can vaccinate again. Actually, you can actually vaccinate again. It doesn't really count. Sometimes you can vaccinate one animal 2 times in 1 month. 2 times in 1 month. When we that are stocking now, you buy vaccinated animals. Some people, when they bring them down to their farm, they will quarantine those animals and vaccinate them again, even though they were vaccinated before they were brought. Less than 1 month, they will vaccinate them again. I've seen it, just for them to have their own record, their date of vaccination, because the people who supply the vaccinated animals may not tell you the particular date they vaccinated them. But once the animal arrive in your farm, you have to take them through your own farm process to create a farm record for them that they were vaccinated on the 42 of December 2052. You will have your own record, you know. So that's that. Another point I want to share today is, if you have unreliable farm workers, please labor to change them. Unreliable farm workers is like a punctured tire. There are some workers, you send them to do one thing, you have to tell them again, you have to tell them again, you have to tell them again. Are you seeing it? Somebody was talking, he said, as a farm owner, you don't have to be shouting at your workers, you have to talk to them gently, they are human beings too. He was just forming those philosophy, and I look at him very well. I said, oh God, you don't have a farm. He was looking at me, okay. Yeah, see, if you have a farm and you have workers, you won't be saying this thing you're saying. People who shout at their workers, they don't even know they are shouting. Sometimes your workers will provoke you to use insultive sentences on them. Idiot, fools, that you stubborn somebody. You use, they will get, you know that same thing that says somebody's getting on your nerves. All these guys will get on your nerves. You will be nagging, and you say, okay, maybe his name is John. You say, John, please go and sweep that place. You will say it on Monday morning. Monday afternoon, you will tell John, I said you should sweep that place. He said, okay, go do it. Monday evening, John, have you swept that place? Say, hey, okay, I want to sweep them. Now mosquito come, they fly. The mosquito come fly, go one side. They can't go bite ants. Ants come, they complain. I will sweep them. Monday evening. You on Tuesday will be busy. You will go do other things. On Wednesday, you will now come back and say, John, you don't sweep that place. Some that really don't want to offend you much, they will tell you that, no, I never sweep them. The ones that really want to trouble you, they will tell you, Oga, I don't sweep them. You will finally get there and find out that he told you he has swept it, he didn't sweep it. You say, but you say I don't sweep them. He will just be looking at you. You say, why you not sweep them? You say, I know where. All those kind of things will really get on your nerves. So if you have unreliable worker, labor to change them. Labor, you will struggle to change them. If you don't change them, you will be worrying yourself. You will be sleep. You will not be able to sleep. You will just lie down. You will give them instruction. You'll be bothered about they not doing what you told them to do. There will be stress on you. There will be stress on you. So labor to get reliable workers. As this year is starting, this year they used to get workers this January, and labor to get reliable one. And sometimes you can flood your farm with workers just to create selection. I've done it sections of time. Sometimes I will just get like 7 people in that place because I want to select. Out of the 7 people, I'll just be looking at them, selecting. Before the end of the month, I may chase like 2 away, chase 3 away, watching the remaining ones, and also still looking for work. I'm always looking for workers, actually. Still looking for workers just to keep them on ground. I've seen it because I cannot labor my life and be putting money in one place, and then one stranger comes and is behaving anyhow. I remember one of my workers, through their carelessness, they lost 1 goat. They are no longer in my farm now, but I've lost that goat. I just lost the goat. I see. So the worker will do all that they can do and spoil everything they can spoil. They will leave. It's remaining you and your farm there. So that's why you must be so strict to select, strict to manage, and ensure they don't spoil things. They spoil things, their life continues. But meanwhile, they've set you back. I remember the other man I used to talk about, my very good friend, his worker went and sprayed acaricide on the feed of the animals. The animals ate the acaricide, and they're having miscarriages. Exotic breed of goats. I think about 5 of them had miscarriages. The 5 exotic breed had miscarriages. He fired that manager. The manager has gone now. But that 5 exotic breed that had miscarriages has set him back more than 1 year. He is having more than 1 year setback. But the worker who did that mistake has gone. So that's why we must select. Select very well. Be strict. Don't. They are not your children. Let's face reality. They are not your children. Your relationship with them is cash. If you want to know how bad your workers are, pretend that you don't have their money to give them when their money is due. That's when you will see their true color. You will know that they were never there to do your work. They are just there to collect that salary. If that salary doesn't come when it's supposed to come, okay, you will be talking to them. They'll be looking at you. They will not move. They will not move 1 step. They will be rude. Some of them you are even paying well and rude, not talk of the one that you don't pay well. So don't form the philosophy of is the good ones you put under that magnanimity, and the good ones, that's the ones you, after selecting them, you now say, okay, let me begin to treat them like my own children. And those who don't just see somebody, don't just see a worker and just say, I want to treat them well. Let them prove themselves. Let them prove themselves. You are the owner of your farm. You don't really have to prove a point to anybody. It's the people that need to appeal, to prove themselves to you. And you are not under your workers. And so don't try to be good or to be over good. When they've proven themselves to be reliable, then open up your bowels of goodness and begin to bless them, because they deserve it. They deserve it. And not just to say anybody you see. Those people, if you see who they really are, some of them that migrated away from their place and all that, some have been criminals, some have been drug addicts, some have made some trouble, police is looking for them, they just run into town and then they run into another city, and then we begin to say, we are looking for worker, I'm looking for worker. Even the people who shorty them doesn't even know what they do, what they have done, where they were. So it's not just all of them that are good people. Majority of them are not good people. I don't want to use the word bad people. Majority of them are not good people. So before you put any honor on anybody, the general life principle, let them prove themselves. Don't just be in a hurry to reward people. Don't be in a hurry to reward people. Let the people show that they are worthy of what you want to do for them. I've seen it. And then you do that. Now, if you get a worker that's not doing well, please change him. Your investment is more important than one worker. Workers have ruined a lot of farms. Workers have ruined a lot of farms by stealing, by not doing what they are supposed to do, by not giving proper record, by so many things. They have ruined and set a lot of farms and farmers backward. And then, irrespective of how available cash is for you to put in your farm, it is not easy. Cash matter is not easy for anybody, whether in Nigeria or in any other countries on the face of the earth. Is just sacrifices. People sacrifice some pleasures just to get enough money to put into the business. That's what most people are using to push their business. And after you have sacrificed some of those pleasures, and put money into your business, then your workers begin to frustrate the investment. Are you seeing it? So make it a point of duty. There are good workers out there. There are many bad ones, but there are some good ones. Take our time to search, take our time to select. And then that's even one of the major duties of the owner of the farm. As you have workers, be selecting the good ones. Once you notice the bad one, quickly get rid of him before you pollute the other ones, and then employ another ones. Select. Before you know, you now have like 2 or 3 manageable ones. Are you seeing it? Those manageable ones, you know that if you can a little bit just encourage them, they will do well. Are you seeing it? So that's that for that. In this new year, put more money into your farm. Put more money into your farm in this new year. If you have 10 animals, make them 50. If you have 50 animals, make them 150. Yes, put more money into farms. This December, even slaughter animals. If you go to market to go and buy goats that they are eating, all those ones that are selling in the market, they will tell you goat 70,000, 80,000, 90,000 for goats, normal Sokoto red goats. Are you seeing it? Put money in your farm. You will get that money back, directly or indirectly. Put more money. If you have money, buy goats, and then try not to be buying small goats. Small goats will take time before it will encourage you. Buy a goat that is a minimum of 10 months, and 10 months to 1 year and 2 months, and put them in your farm. Before short time, they will get pregnant and they will encourage you. If you buy smaller goats, especially Nigerian dwarf, if they are too small, they will not be giving birth on time. They will not even get pregnant on time, and especially if their feeding is not so accurate. I've seen it. So buy more goats. Buy vaccinated goats. Don't buy those ones that will die and discourage you. Buy vaccinated goats. If your pen is not okay, structurize your pen. Okay, if your pen is not okay, improve on your pen, build a bigger pen. If the land you're in is not so big, get more land. You can get smaller land, fence it around, put the goats, get a bigger land where you can plant grasses to feed them. Plant feed to feed the goats. You plant feed, you cut it, you carry, you bring to your farm, you to the other farm, you feed them. Buy more animals. Goats are actually investments. They're investments. Put more money into your farm. Put more money into your farm. I was told, I was surprised when he told me he has a very big farm here in Nigeria. He said he doesn't have a house in Nigeria, but his farm is worth over 200 million, even 300 million, more than 300 million naira. The farm, but he said he doesn't have a house in Nigeria. He's putting money into his farm. I seen it. Putting money. There are exotic breeds everywhere. Exotic breeds everywhere. If he said 10 exotic breed, you don't know how many millions he will get. Can he not build a house in 1 month if you really want to build? Are you seeing it? So put more money into your goat farm. And don't do goat gardening, like I said in one of the videos I made recently. Don't do goat gardening where you just have few goats. Put money in so that you yourself, when you see your goat farm, you will be encouraged. You'll be encouraged as what you're seeing, and you'll be seeing goats everywhere. Goats everywhere. It will be encouraging you too. Are you seeing it? So put more money into your farm. Yeah, I wish you the same. Okay, so put more money into your goat farm. Put more money into your farming. Buy more animals. Buy more land. Buy more. Build more structures, so that at the end of the year, um, you will see something to encourage you. I see it. And then another point I want to say is get rid of unprofitable animals. And there are some animals you see that maybe over time they are not pregnant, they are not giving birth. And mark them, observe them. If you can solve their problem, solve it. If you can't solve it, remove them. And because they can be dead, they will not be giving birth, and then you'll be counting them as your number, part of the numbers. They'll be eating and not producing. If you have a male that is not quality enough to breed others, to breed other females, get rid of it. There are some males that have deformities in their back leg. There are even some females also that have deformities on their legs. If a female have deformity on his leg, the male cannot mount it well. If you want to mount it, they'll be falling down. The same thing with the male. If the male have deformity, especially on the back legs, if they want to mount themselves, they'll be falling down. So if you have any animals that you know that is not profitable, get rid of them. Get rid of them so that you not be counting them and thinking that you have 500 animals, meanwhile it is 499 you're having. So remove all those animals you know that are not up to standard. Remove them. Remove all of them. And some people who have started their farms with local Nigerian animals, they use exotic breed to cross them. Now that your local animals have produced F1 females, systematically get rid of all those Nigerian animals. Let your breeding stock become the Nigerian females. The F1s. If you have F1s close to like 70 to 100 pieces, you should not have 100 pieces, 100% Nigerian dwarf females in your farm again. If you have 100 pieces of F1 females, remove all the other ones, upgrade your farm. You can sell them to other people. You can even slaughter some and eat if you like. If you want to, you can sell them to other people if you like. Are you seeing it? Remove those ones that are not up to your standard anymore. They are not to your standard anymore. Remove them. If they are males, remove them. If they are females, remove them. If some of them, that there are some animals that are always sick, and they are always sick. Those kind of animals, they should go. If you check them, they should just go. I have one animal in my farm there now. Anytime you give it injection, it will faint. It will just lie down lifeless. At the beginning, I used to be afraid. When I give it injection, it will just lie down like, you think it has dead. It died. It will be breathing one kind. There was a particular day I just lost hope. I said, this one, what is your killer? I just left it. I went to go and be attending to other people. When I came back, I didn't see him again. I said, where? Thank God I know him. I know the animal. And I saw him was playing and eating and behaving normal. I was just, what is wrong? Because I was afraid when I gave him that injection, he just faint. Every time I now begin to observe, once you just give it injection, the warmer and multivitamin, he's going to faint. He will just faint. Until I now had another worker. When I give injection, he say, oh God, this one won't die. I say, put her for there. He not go die. You know, I said, put her for one corner, then not go die. The boy was looking at me one kind. After some time, the ghost stood up and started running up and down again. So that is nature. I don't know why he's doing that, but up till today he does it. So we don't mind him again. You give him ivermectin, you give him a multivitamin, he will just faint. You throw him in one corner and leave him there. He will stand up after some time and continue. So there are some animals that are problematic. If you see a problematic animal that the thing is stressing you out, just get rid of it. There's one goat I also have that is always having diarrhea. It's an Hausa goat. I don't know, even though he eats grass, if he have the diarrhea will stop. Later you have diarrhea again, the diarrhea will stop. That will have it's just normal, coming, going. So we don't mind it. We just leave it there. At the beginning you'll be afraid, but later you now notice that even though you don't treat it, it will be okay. Are you seeing it? So such kinds of animals, I'm just using those ones to give example. Remove them from your farms and have a standard farm. If you have animal that is always coming out with a disease, especially merge, there are some animals that are always having merge and boil. I'm trying to remember the name of boil now. They're always having boil in their abscess. Yes, some are always having abscess. You treat, they will have. You treat, they will have. You treat, they will have. Instead of them to spread it to other animals, carry him and put him on one side. In this new year, just sweep your farm of all those animals that are under not so profitable or not just so good. Just get rid of them and stabilize your farm. Stock in more animals, like I said before. Put in more money, buy more quality animals and add in your farm. The year is starting, and then based on the crisis that is going on right now, food shortage, after you finish stocking your animals, your farm, the next thing you will switch into is feed production. The next thing in your farm is feed production. Once you want, maybe you want 500 animals and you've bought all those 500 animals, you have them in your farm. The next thing you will go into now as a goat farmer is feed production. You'll be planting and doing all sorts of things. So based on that feed production, I want to say that you have to get the machineries that are needed. Today I will mention some of them. I cannot say all of them. I'll mention some of them so that people will have idea. Every standard farm is supposed to have a chaff cutter. You can use the chaff cutter to chaff cut grasses and make silage. You can use it to chaff cut grasses to crush it and feed it to the animals the way you crush it. After crushing, you feed it live. You feed it like that so that wastage will be limited. So every farm need a chaff cutter. Every farm needs a hammer mill. Hammer mill is something that grinds, a machine that grinds to powder. Every farm needs a hammer mill. Every farm needs, right now that we are switching into pelletizing feed for goats, every farm needs a pelletizing machine. And then every farm also needs a dryer. Either you're going to use an oven as a dryer, industrial oven, or you're going to use industrial dehydrator that uses electricity. Industrial oven uses gas. It uses gas cylinder. You power it, you on it, fire will come out, you close it, the heat will dry off whatever you want to dry. An industrial dehydrator it's like shelf, different shelf. It uses electricity. You just put things on the shelf and lock it in, you close it, you press the dehydrating machine, it will be drying it gradually. Dehydrating machine, industrial dehydrator, it takes time, especially in Nigeria when we don't have electricity. Sometimes you can on it down for close to like 12 hours or even more to dry those things to crispy level so you can grind them with your hammer mill. Are you seeing it? So there because of electricity. But if you're in an area where electricity is available, there are some area in Nigeria when electricity is a little bit okay. If you're in such an area, you can use industrial dryer. If you are still in an area where electricity is not so good, you can get generator to power your industrial dryer. There are some industrial dryer that is 80 layers. 80 layers is divided into 4. Each of the compartment take 20 layers. You can actually put whatever you want to dry in there, on gen, dry them, grind them. Now, if you can dry substances and grind them, you can preserve feed in a ruminant farm. If you can dry substances and then you can grind those substances, you can actually preserve feed for your farm. Take for instance, anything, just dry it, crush it, is preservable. After you have dried it, you crush it, is preservable. Drying it is preservable. Crushing it, make it smaller, make it you compact it, and store it. So anything you lay your hands on, dry them, crush them, dry them, crush them, you have feed. And then the hammer mill, you can actually set it. There's a way you set it. You want it to be very powder, you want it to be a little bit particle, bigger particle. There's a way you set it to grind out what you want, the percentage of what you want to grind out. Are you seeing it? So as a farm, plan this year to get all those machines, the ones I mentioned, and so many more others you feel can work in you can help your operation, your farm operation, to be very stressless. I've seen it. Get those machines, put them to use, and you will have feed. And then if you have feed in your farm, the number of animals you can have are limits and innumerable. You can actually have millions of animals if you can have the feed. If you can actually have the feed to feed them, you can have any number you like. So plan on how to plant grasses, harvest those grasses, put them in any preserving process, either silage or hay or pellets. Are you seeing it? You can grind hay to powder and mix it with other things and put it inside the pelletizing machine. It comes out as pellets. You bag them, it will now become small, so you can store them easily. Instead of storing one big bale of hay, if you grind that bale, it can enter into maybe a kind of a 25 kg bag. Are you seeing it? So instead of having a whole big band of hay, you can actually grind all those hay and turn them to pellets. They will just take maybe like 1/3 of the normal size that the hay took. Are you seeing it? And then when preparing feed for ruminants, you can actually do anything you like. You want to use a mulatto hay, grinding mulatto hay. You can add corn to it. You can add anything you see to it. You just mix it up. You know they normally eat those things. Mix it up. Spray some molasses on it to give it a kind of appetizing taste. You're good to go. Are you seeing it? So have all these kind of machines in your farm. The very important one is the dryer. If you can have something to dry your feed, to dry your substances, you can preserve feed. It's that dryness that makes the preservation difficult, because you can't dry it, they will spoil. But if you can actually dry them, because in the time where feed are abundant, those rainy season, we don't have sun to dry. That's the problem. There's no sun to dry. As at the season when you will have sun to dry, there will be no availability of feed. In the rainy season, you can harvest, they will grow again. In the time when you have sun to dry, if you harvest, they will die, they will not grow again. Are you seeing it? So the dryer is very important. In Nigeria, I think they have industrial ovens they can use to dry. You can actually use it to dry. Though I've not used the industrial oven before, I cannot tell you how it works, but I know they connect cylinder to it. It's like fire, it will be coming out. The difference is that you'll be changing the tray. The one that is down, you remove it and put it a little bit upward, and carry the up one and put down. But the dehydrator, not the locally fabricated dehydrator, the technologically fabricated dehydrator, it has a fan that spreads the heat inside the dehydrator. So that heat circulates. Every tray gets equal heat, and at the end you bring it out and get the dryness. that you desire all around in all the trays. You don't have to be laboring to be changing the trays. Are you seeing it? You don't have to be laboring to be changing the trays. So that's why the industrial dehydrator is a little bit better. The only disadvantage is that it needs electricity. That's that for that. This is Animal Paradise. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, like our page on Facebook, join our WhatsApp group, anyone you like. We have 4 WhatsApp group. You pay to join 3, and then 1 is free. Then out of the ones that you pay to join, 1 is Animal Paradise Mentorship Club. It's a mentorship club. It's a mentorship club. You know what mentorship means? Even though we do more than just mentoring in the club there, we do more than mentoring, but it's a mentorship club. You also pay to join that one. Thank you very much for watching our videos. This is the second one I've made now. I'm going to try to post them. Happy New Year once again from Animal Paradise. I'll be making another video later in the evening or tomorrow. Bye bye.